Hey, what's up, folks? Welcome back to Here's My Take. Do me a favor after this video, after you've watched it, if this video has helped you in any way, please like it, leave a comment, and subscribe for more. On this channel, I speak about a number of things, but the categories is leadership, spiritual development, and personal development. And so I kind of touch on some things here and there. I talk about goal setting. I have shown you all how to take notes with the anti-net Zettelkasten and other things. So today, I want to introduce a concept or a series that I think is going to be beneficial for some people out there. And what I'm going to call this series is Chosen School. Chosen School. This is 2025. And I think that in 2025, uh, in some of our lives, what is going to happen is that God is going to begin to reveal some things that have been concealed, and God is going to unlock some doors that have been locked in your life. And so, for those of us out there who are God's chosen, for those of us who are God's elect, for those of us who God has His hand on, I think you need someone like myself who has the experience of what it's like to be chosen of God, and someone like myself who have gone through the pitfalls of not knowing early on that I was chosen, and some of the things that I experienced because of it. When you are chosen of God, you need to know that you are, and you need to believe that you are. Come on, somebody. You need to believe that you're chosen if you are. Okay. So, what is chosen school? Chosen school is for those who are chosen of God. I think that if I would have had this information that I'm going to share with you in the series early on in my life, then I would have fared out a little bit better. Maybe God intended for it to be that way. Maybe He wanted me to go through the pitfalls and the troubles that I've gone through so that I can glean information and then share it with you all. So, in some ways, I'm going to be like a mentor, a coach to you all, because I do have the wisdom, the knowledge, the insight, and the understanding of what it means to be chosen. Okay. So that's what we're going to go. That's what we're going to do in this series. Chosen School is a series for those who are chosen. So I thought that the first thing that we need to do is to convince you that you are chosen. One of the issues, one of the problems, one of the difficulties for those who are chosen of God is that everyone around you knows it, whether they realize that it's God who has His hand on you or not. But everyone sees that there's something different about you. And even in the spirit realm, whether it is on the good side or the bad side, right? They know as well that God has His hand on you. The last person to realize or even to believe that you're chosen is you. I know what I'm saying. And so I have to convince you all that you are chosen. So in this video, it's going to be a very quick video, and I'm going to hit on five signs that show you that you are chosen of God. All right, you ready? Let's get to work. The first thing is this: you, throughout your life, from being a child into your adulthood, you have faced unusual cruelty. You have come up against inexplicable kind of cruelty from people that you feel like you didn't deserve it from. You haven't done anything directly to certain people, but yet you face cruelty from them. When I was growing up, I had a group of friends that I really didn't fit in that well with, right? But I had a group of friends that I would hang out with, and I had a video game. You know, back in the day, I'm a millennial, and so we had Nintendo, right? And I had a Nintendo game that I enjoyed playing with, and so it was like a racing game. I wish I could remember it, but I don't remember the name of it. But I had a friend who wanted to borrow my game. He knew that I really liked it. He wanted to borrow it. I let him borrow my game. A few days later, he gives me my game back, and I go to play the game, and it doesn't play. Right? You know, you do the you take it, you blow in it, y'all remember, y'all know what I'm talking about. You take the cartridge, you blow in the cartridge, you open up the Nintendo, you blow in that, you hold it down, you press the button, I tried everything, right? Nothing worked. And I don't remember the time frame because this is when I was a child, but a few days later, I guess, another friend who was a part of that group, he said to me, he said, oh, wow, I could tell you what he did to your game because he had done something to it. And this is what he did to my game. He said, yeah, he took your game and he threw it in the toilet and he tried to flush it. And then he took it out of the toilet and he kicked it across the ground and he threw it across and it was just all kinds of crazy stuff that he did to my game. And I couldn't understand because I never had any beef with this guy. We never got into a fight. We never got into an argument. I didn't say anything about his mother. I didn't do anything to him to deserve that kind of treatment. And so I didn't understand. Now I get it. I understand. Because chosen ones will face all kinds of cruelty from people and is undeserved. Is undeserved. I have plenty of examples of facing this cruelty from people, and you don't know why it's happening to you. I have plenty of examples. I don't want to share no more, but I have plenty of examples. Okay, so the first thing is that you face an unusual kind of cruelty from people, and I can go deeper into explaining why that happens. But this video is just to convince you that you are chosen. So, have you experienced unusual cruelty? Here's number two. People who have more than you and even people who have less than you, they compete with you secretly. So there's a secret competition that people have with you and you notice it. It's noticeable, right? I feel like it's foolish to compete with people in life. If you want to compete, let's play Uno. Let's play phase 10. If you want to complete, let's play horseshoes or badminton, whatever. All right. There are things in life that we can compete in, but competing at life. So what does it mean to compete at life? Well, I got a bigger house than you. I drive a better car than you. My wife is prettier than yours. I make more money than you. Like stuff like that, I just feel like it's foolish. None of that stuff matters. It doesn't mean anything. But what happens is that when you are chosen, people compete with you in the tangible things because they cannot compete with you in the intangible. That's why. And whether they realize it or not, that's what they're doing. And so, because they can't get their hands on the intangible anointing and the intangible gift to pull it to themselves and utilize it, then they want to best you and be better than you in something else that is tangible. So, you face people who compete with you secretly, and you know it. Here's number three. Throughout your life, from being a kid until now, you have felt neglected. You have felt neglected. You have watched people receive the kind of support that you should have received. The kind of support that you see people around you getting support that you never gotten, and it's not a figment of your imagination. You actually have been neglected. Now, the reason that you have been neglected is because God doesn't want handprints on you. He doesn't want people doing things for you so that later on, when he elevates and promotes you, that they can claim credit for. And what God will do is God will cause people to neglect you so that they can never put their name on you. There's already a name on you, if you understand what I'm saying. There's already a name on you, and that is his name. That is the master's name. That is Yahweh's name. His name is already on you, so no one else can put their name on you. And so you're going to feel neglected in life. And so this leads us into our fourth one. Because you are neglected, you feel like it's very difficult to get ahead in life. Okay. One of the things about life is that life isn't just about what you know, it's about who you know. And because you are separate, God has set you aside, just like what Paul said in Galatians, that from the beginning of time, God had already set him aside, even though he was persecuting the church and trying to destroy it. From the beginning of time, God set him aside. So God has set you aside, and people can't touch you. People can't put their hands on you. They can't use you like they really want to. And so, because of that, you kind of are on the fringe and you don't get the opportunities like you see other people getting. Now, this is not a bad thing for other people. But the thing is that what you have to realize is that God has called you. He set you aside for such a time as this. Okay. So that's the fourth thing. It feels very difficult for you to get ahead, for you to find traction in life. And you might be doing well, but you feel like you can do better. And you're not doing as good or as great as you feel like you could be doing. But that's because God has chosen you. So that's number four. It feels harder to get ahead. And you have this unusual opposition. Unusual opposition. It just feels like anytime you try to do something, it's just something in your way that doesn't want you to push forward. So that's unusual opposition. All right, number five. And this is the last one. You find yourself in impossible situations that only God can get you out of. Impossible situations that only God can get you out of. Tom Cruise can't get you out. Mission Impossible Tom Cruise cannot get you out of the situations that you find yourself in. And I'll give you an example. Joseph was a chosen one. Joseph was the elect of God. And Joseph was in a situation that he could not get himself out of. He couldn't use his intelligence to get himself out of it. He couldn't use money to get himself. There's nothing that he could have done. Like there are circumstances that happened around him, things that people did to him that put him in a place and in a season where he was like a prisoner, literally. But in your life, there are things that happen around you. There are things that the enemy will cause people to do to you to put you into this figurative prison where it feels like you can't get out of it. For instance, if somebody tells a lie on you, or they come after your reputation, which is going to happen to you if you are a chosen one. But when that happens, and you try to explain yourself or you try to tell your side of the story, no one cares. There's nothing that you can say to get you out of the debris and the rubble that you're under. When someone collapses your house on top of you, so to speak, or your world on top of you, there is no rescuing you. You can't claw yourself out of it. Only God can get you out of a situation like that. So only God could get Joseph out. Uh, God put Joseph in the situation. God is the only person that can get Joseph out of the situation. It was such a dire situation that the world needed Joseph. And it isn't to put us on the same platform or at the same level of a Joseph, but they're the same principles, the same motif, the same pattern. You're going to find some similarities. So you're in a season where friends have left you. You have had family who don't talk to you. You've lost respect. You have lost honor. And the story that's being told about you actually sounds plausible. The story that's being told about you sounds real. It looks real. God has allowed the perception to appear to be real. And he's done that for a number of reasons. One of the reasons is because he is wanting to refine you. He's wanting to develop your character. But at the same time, God wants you to know who you have around you. Because when he elevates you, when he allows you to begin to really operate in your gift, you going back to what I said earlier, you need to know that you're chosen. And when you're chosen, you have a gift that you need to protect. And there are people around you who are trying to snatch that from you. They want to snatch your inheritance. They don't want you to have it. And so, as a chosen one, you need to know you're chosen. And then you need to steward the gift that God has given to you. Because again, even if you don't know that you're chosen, everybody else around you does. They know it. That's why they're so mean to you. That's why they're so cruel to you. That's why you can be in a group of friends and it seems like everybody wants to side with your opposition and side against you, and you're never right about anything. They want to bring you down and to devalue you because they cannot be you. So those are the five. Those are five, and this is not exclusive. Like these aren't the only five things that you could go through to show that you're chosen, but these are like the five primary main things for you to kind of analyze your own life to see if you fall in line. Because I guarantee you this, either someone has told you or you have felt like something was different about you your entire life. So here it is. Number one is that you face unusual cruelty. Number two, people compete with you. Friends, close friends, um, uh, cousins, like all kinds of people, family members, they want to compete with you. Number three, you feel neglected, and that's because you really are neglected. Number four, it feels harder to get ahead, and there's this unusual opposition. And then number five, you find yourself in these impossible situations to get out of, and the only way you can get out of it is by the grace of God. God is going to be the one who pulls you out of the situation that you find yourself in. All right, so that's the first video for chosen school. So your homework is to go into prayer and pray. Your homework is to go into meditation and meditate. Are these things true for you? Do you feel like these things are in alignment or in agreement? Do you resonate with these things that I've just mentioned in your life? Because like I said, the first thing you need to do is you need to believe that you're chosen. And then the next thing that you need to do is begin to protect the gift that God has given you, because everyone and everything is going to be after it. You are in this earth to change something. There's a problem in the earth, and God has sent you as an answer to be a change to that problem. All right, guys, again, if this video has spoken to you at all, please like it, leave a comment, tell me if you like my content, and subscribe for more. All right, bye.